Hi everyone, I'm Briana. For our Resisted Pilates workout today, we're going to be focusing on rotation. I love this workout and I really want you to use it regularly throughout the week because you're going to feel the difference in your flexibility and your strength in your back. So we have the Vector attached midway. We've got it down to the lightest setting. I think it doesn't need to be heavier for this workout, so keep it light, trust me, and you'll see what I mean as we get started. So we're going to start with our knees bent into a half roll back. You're going to choke up on the strap to begin. Your feet have a little bit of space just so you feel that you're grounded on your hips. Inhale, you're going to lift nice and tall. As you exhale, articulating through the spine as you roll back. Now in this first roll back, we're just kind of getting familiar with how our body feels today. Notice if you're feeling any tightness, breathe into it. Take an inhale. Exhale, you're going to curl forward. You're going to lift the core. Allow the body this time to stretch all the way over the legs and rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Now, when we talk about rotation in Pilates, we're always coming from a place of lifting, right? We never want to compress the back to rotate. Inhale tall, exhale rolling back. And the thing about that is the more we support our spines in rotation by finding space, the more rotation you're going to be able to get into. Exhale, curling forward, find that lift through the abs, keep that connection even here as you stretch forward. We're not heavy into the body, we're lifted and rolling up. We're going to add on this one. Inhale, nice and tall, open the chest. Exhale, begin to round back. As you round back, I am slightly pressing my feet into the ground just to get my glutes to fire. Chest is open. We start with a general kind of easy row, opening the shoulders and reach. And again, and for most of you, you already know that rotation really is a challenge because we're so tight. So as we start with this row, let your shoulder blades move back and then exhale forward. One more time like this, we're gonna add on. Rotate back. Exhale forward. Now pull the core in, coming back forward, finding that lift through the core in your curve. Stretch over and rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Now we're going to add on with a little rotation, our first one of the day. So inhale tall, exhale, begin to round back. Same beautiful grounding of the hips. The pelvis doesn't move. We're going to take a single arm row. So one strap is going to get slack. As you rotate back, that oblique fires, you might as well take your head over to the side and back to the center. Changing to the opposite direction. Exhale, I'm pulling back, I'm reaching the front arm, I'm rotating my mid-spine and back to the center. And we're gonna keep going, 2 more sets. As you do this, feel that your rib cage is where the rotation is happening. Shoulder is pulling back and back to the center. Breathe. And again, other side. Rotate. Opening, you're going to turn on those deep obliques down into your low abs as you do this. Back to the center. Reconnect to a stable pelvis and rotate again. Turn out that body. And I love the head turn because if you're going into a golf game or tennis, you want that neck to have freedom as well. Extend. We go one more time. Rotate back. Pull those abs in. Turn, 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 turn. Back to the center, reach, and then exhale, finish it out with good control all the way forward, over, and you're gonna let the strap go. Just take a little stretch there, let your head go, and roll it up. Okay, so now we're coming onto all fours. With this positioning, you may need padding for your hands or your wrists. I'm perpendicular to the Vector, and we're gonna start with the strap going across the back. And I want you to play with this for a second. So when you come down onto hands and knees, extend the arm out and make sure that the resistance doesn't feel too intense. I'm going to turn slightly because I want the Vector to be straight across my back. Now, this is already hard. From this position, we start with the stretch. Inhale, you're going to rotate up towards the ceiling. Let the Vector stretch you, but not so much that you torque your pelvis or your alignment. Then engaging your core, you're going to press straight back out to the side, pull the belly in, and push through that down arm. Again, inhale, rotating up, pull the core up, 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 and then exhale and reach. And one of the things that I always say with my Pilates work is don't be upset if your range of motion is smaller than what you think it should be. I promise you, the more you do this, the greater your range of motion is going to get. Hold. That was 3 times. Now, we're gonna challenge this. You ready? You're gonna extend your opposite leg back. It's straight, my foot is flexed. My belly is up. Same thing again, inhale, rotate. Now we're getting into our balance work, focusing on rotation. Exhale, back to the center. Woo. And again, even here as we rotate, we're turning on the glutes, the inner thighs. Yes, the shoulders are working. Exhale, could you draw the core in a little bit more? We go one more time, third time, inhale. The spine is straight. We're not rounding, we're not arching, we're pulling the core in and spiraling around it. Now, hold. This might be where you stay. You keep that foot down if you need to. Otherwise, next step, we float the back leg up and we rotate. Inhale, same thing. Oh my goodness. Rotate, rotate, and then exhale. And you're gonna notice for myself, I can't rotate as far because I've added this extra challenge. And again, rotate up, cores in, reach longer into that top strap. Exhale, now feel that core, that chest, the shoulders, reach back to center. You've got one more time. If that back leg needs to lower, you lower it down. Keep energy through your entire body. Exhale, back to the center, and lower back. Now gracefully come to knees, come up with control with the strap, and we're switching hands. Good, now before we go to the other side, we're gonna go into saw with the hand that's closest to the machine. So we come to sit. We're gonna be focusing now the opposite direction with our rotation. Notice that I'm pretty close. You're gonna see what I mean when you get into this exercise. So the feet are just wider than shoulders, arms are out to the sides. Feel that lift. Bend your knees if you need to, if you have tight hamstrings. Inhale, you're gonna spiral into the spring, and that is enough. When you feel it, you're gonna be like, oh yes. Reach that front hand with the strap past the edge of that toe. Be okay if it is not that far. Reach to where you have that connection, roll it up, back to the center with control. Even in this moment where the strap gets slack, find the energy. Inhale, rotate up, reach into that resistance. It's gonna intensify as you reach forward. Pull that oblique back. Feel that rotation through your spine, back arm stretches. Inhale, lift tall and around. This subtle exercise is quite challenging, so exist in it. Be curious about where your resistance and strength is coming from. Exhale, reach longer, reach longer, reach longer, and float it up and center. Whew, excellent. Okay, we're gonna switch it around to the other side. So from this position, we once again bring the strap across the back. From here, yes, I'm gonna move in a little bit, and we're gonna come to all fours. Now, you're gonna be able to see in this position the difference of what's happening with the pelvis. Now, first thing, like on the other side, reach into the strap. First, inhale, rotate up towards the ceiling. Use the resistance to help you. Exhale, find your core as you come back to the center. And again, now press the floor away. Feel your serratus on that bottom shoulder work. Those beautiful muscles that support your mid-back. Exhale, back to the center. Reach into it, reach into it. Again, third time, inhale, lift up, rotate, enjoy the stretch. Exhale, back to the center. Now hold that arm strong. Extend the opposite leg straight back. Feel the core draw up as you rotate. You're gonna get inner thighs, glutes, hip work. Exhale, press into that as you come back to the center. Again, 2 more times. Inhale, spiral the spine up and around, core strong. Lift up, exhale. It's never ending in Pilates. We want to lift the entire time. Again, inhale, float it up. My back foot is nice and light on the floor. Exhale, back to the center. Stay there. If you can, you float the back leg up. Try to keep those hips parallel. Inhale, rotating. Whew. This is so challenging. Exhale, come back to the center. Think about all of the rotation you do in your sports, in your daily life. What if you could really increase the range of motion and find control? Exhale, reach longer, longer, longer. Woo. One more time. Back leg reaches. I caught myself, I was sinking a bit. Inhale, lift, 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 lift. Exhale, back to the center. Keep extending. Lower the knees. Gracefully shift up and release the vector. Great, guys. Okay, now you're gonna stay facing the same direction. Extend the legs, we switch the hand. And I know for myself, and if any of you have been dealing with, injury or you have scoliosis like I do, one side is always going to feel a little bit more connected. And that's why this work is so important, because it really helps strengthen the side that needs it. So we have the hand close to the vector, it's slack. Legs are open. Here we go into our saw. Inhale, rotate. Exhale, front arm reaches past the edge of that baby toe. Let the head go. Roll it up. Back to the center. Now I caught myself a bit. I was starting to shift. So try to keep your opposing hip down into the mat the whole time. Try not to let it lift. Here we go. Inhale, rotate up and around. It's just going to catch the resistance a little bit there. Exhale, stretch past the edge of that toe. Stretch, 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 stretch. Inhale, lift tall. Keep the rotation here. Back to the center. Now reach through those arms. Rotate. Up and around. Find that resistance. Exhale. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And rotating up tall, tall, tall. Back to the center. Excellent. Okay, great. Now from here, we're going to take one strap. We're going into kneeling arms, single arms. Let's start with one leg forward into your kneel. Now, as you come into a kneeling position, pull that front hip back so you're nice and organized. The opposite hand to the front leg is going to start. This hand can be on the hip, out to the side, whatever you need for balance. Palm of that hand with the strap is going to face forward. We're going to inhale to reach forward into your arm circle. It's going to go up, out to the side in your frame. Let's bring this hand on the hip. I think it's going to feel more organized. Again, inhale. Now, we're getting in this position, your shoulder blade is rotating, and as you come up, could you lift the core even more? And then the arm opens out to the side. One more time this direction. Inhale, reach it forward. Pull up. You're having to work those obliques a lot when you do this, which is really important for rotation. Now we're going to add the punch. So the hand is going to hold on to the strap. The strap is above my shoulder. Inhale, reach forward. As you rotate, you're going to let the hips start to turn and let the spine start to spiral. The strap is touching my back and my shoulder, and my head goes all the way. My butt is working. Now, as you come back, you're going to come back sequentially. Hip, waist, ribs, bend it in. Drop again. Punch forward. We're going to go forward through the upper spine. Feel the core. Let the hips turn a little bit. Head starts to look behind yourself. Back to the center. Pull the core in. Rotate and bend. Third time. Inhale. Could you lift up through the floor a little bit more? I'm spreading my toes on the front foot, lifting through the earth. Rotate that shoulder. Feel the core stabilize you in that spinal rotation. Head turns. Back to the center and relax. Other side. Here we go. Step the opposite foot forward. Once again, hips are nice and square. Spine is tall. Palm of the hand starts by reaching forward here. Inhale, we reach. So you're having to counter the twist of the vector, right? You're having to fight for that as the arm floats up. Here I want the shoulder blade to open and out to the side. As always with Pilates, again for me, reach forward. We are not going to a place where the joint moves out of the socket like this. I don't want you to hyperextend the shoulder. It's in your frame. As you circle, pull that front hip back and around. Third time, here we go. Inhale, lift the core. Find those inner thighs. Find those glutes as you lift up and around. Now we go into the punch. From here, handle comes on, punch forward, reach long. Whew, already you have to resist that, right? Now you're gonna rotate the arm, the back, the glute fires as you start to look behind yourself. Then you come back, pelvis, core, ribs, and finally the arm. Again, and you might be like me where you're like, my butt is trying to phone this in a little bit. So engage your glutes, push forward, rotate up and around, belly's in. Could your entire spine rotate a little bit further? Back to the center and bend. Again, press forward, reach, rotate, up, 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 up and around, rotate more. Could you pull this hip forward, draw the back hip away, back to the center, and relax. Okay, final exercise, come up to stand. We're gonna go into standing chest expansion to get the shoulders back. Feel all of this, ground through your feet, get ready to move into your day. So we're gonna bring our feet into a Pilates V, which basically means that your heels are together. You have a little bit of turnout through the toes. This allows you to get into your external rotators, your outer hip muscles, which is a good thing. And from here, we're going to inhale to pull straight back again. This time, I want you to watch that you're not going into a back bend. Pull the ribs in, open the chest. Head turns right, head turns left, center. Exhale forward. Again, now in this moment, this is what everyone likes to do. Don't lose your core. Again, inhale, pull back. Smile, relax your jaw, turn the head the opposite direction. Turn, center, exhale forward. 2 more. Inhale, pull it back. Turn, turn, center, exhale, forward. Last one. Here we go. Can you get taller as those arms reach further? Could you reach your knuckles towards the floor? Turn on those back muscles, pull the belly in, and turn, center, exhale, and relax. Excellent. You should feel so ready for the rest of your day. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys next time on the mat.